Video's recording. Audio's recording. There's nothing left to do but push this button to start in 3, 2, 1.
The name of the game is Ball Buster. Try to bust your opponent's balls. It's a family game, fun for children. And for adults, it's exciting. You're a ball buster. Ball Buster, a great new game from Ego.
Let's take a relaxing break and leave cyber stress behind.
The morning stream. You won't get any dancing here. It's illegal.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It's Wednesday, November 30th, 2022. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Hello, Scott. How are you?
I'm going to put it at 90, finally. We've got some progress.
Ooh, we've crested another milestone number.
Yeah, I'm a little less pooped. The cough isn't as pervasive. I slept pretty well. It's definitely an upward trend. So a week and a half after COVID, things are starting to smooth out for me. Old Johnson's got it back, man. We got it going. Anyway,
good.
Nice to...
And just in time, basically, I was thinking the other day, I was thinking yesterday, how I'm about 2 weeks out from my quick trip to Vermont to see my parents out there.
Oh, right.
And I have not yet had my BA booster, the newest booster.
Oh,
and they say to get those 2 weeks before... you're going to be in a big cluster of people and
the BA
planes
Baracus.
And airports and the BA Baracus, which ironically it's for getting on a plane. Weird how that works.
Yeah, you're getting on a plane as Hannibal is what you'd say instead of not getting on one. That's
exactly.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, all right, well, it looks like I need to do it maybe this week. And so I look at, all right, well, I'm doing Couch Party Friday. Mm-hmm. I've got Film Sack Saturday morning, nothing Sunday. So it means, all right, let's get it done on Saturday afternoon so that if I'm wiped out, I'm only wiped out on Sunday.
That's right, because you do react to these boosters.
I react to the boosters. I don't react to the actual virus.
Yeah. Yeah. I would trade. I would love that. That would have been great.
Sure. Well, yeah, especially since for me it only lasts like a day, the reaction to the boosters.
I would gladly trade for that. When I was at my worst, I just kept thinking, this just doesn't seem fair. Those boosters and the original vaccines, no reaction at all. Little sore arm, that was it. Nothing. And at the time I thought, oh, that means you're super immune. You got an awesome system that's ready to take on anything. No, it's a freaking opposite of that. It was bullshit.
No. You remember you had these worries early on because, the boosters didn't have any side effects on you, that maybe they were just giving you like a little placebo, a little sugar water or something.
Yeah.
After your experience with COVID, maybe there's something to that, Scott. Maybe.
That's what I think. I mean, a lot of people have spent some time trying to convince me that, it just means that my seatbelt injured me a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. It really is all it is. I mean, I know you definitely would have had it a lot worse had you not had the vaccine and the boosters. No doubt.
I'd be a statistic in 2020. I think that's true. There'd be no TMS. Yeah. Or if there was, Brian, I'd have to continue it on. He'd have to find some poor schlub to sit here and do this.
Yep. Who would I pick? Who would be my? So let's say you go to the Great Podcasting Hall of Fame in the sky.
Yeah.
And I have to take over. Who am I getting in as my Brian?
Chris Jericho.
Perfect. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
We don't even have to look any further. That's exactly who it is. He's going to every day is just going to be talking about my hat.
That's right.
That's all that's going to happen.
Is that guy still a thing in podcasting?
I don't know. Is he?
I don't pay any attention.
I didn't know he was a thing before I saw him for the first time.
You knew he wrestled, but you didn't know he was doing this podcasting business.
Didn't even know that. Didn't know he was a wrestler until I looked at the program.
Gotcha. Chat room says yes, Jericho still has a show. So all right.
There you go. And it's look, I don't travel in the wrestling circles. The Joey Image is my big, he's the stem coming up from the base of the 3D printer connecting to the model that is wrestling for me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it is. That's the only connection.
No, it's 100% true. I know who Hulk Hogan is if you show him to me. I know The Rock's real big, and I know John Cena's doing fine. That's it. That's all I know.
That's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
And I know it's real to me, man, guy. That's all I know.
Right. Is it sad that I knew who Sex with Emily was more than I knew who Chris Jericho was? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Know.
But you know what? I'd put my money on it. I don't know what that means.
That's right.
Well, anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. We're going to do a show for you here today. It's the morning stream. You may be familiar with it. It's everyone's favorite morning show. And I'd like to start things off.
It was originally going to be called My Two Dads, but that was taken. So
it was taken. Yeah. We couldn't do it, unfortunately.
Yeah. No.
So I got to tell an embarrassing story, and now it's happened twice. So the first time I didn't even tell anybody, I don't think. Maybe I did.
Oh, really? Oh, you mean besides us on FilmSack?
Oh, that's right. I told you guys on FilmSack.
You told us on FilmSack, yeah.
I couldn't remember who I told, but it was like pre-show, I guess, or whatever.
Might have even, patrons to FilmSack might have even gotten it. Yeah,
I think they're the only ones that heard it. Anyway, if you didn't hear about this story, basically this is what happened. The other day, I had, let's see, I'm trying to find the two objects. Where'd the other one go? I already lost it.
I love it. I love that we're going to get a physical demonstration of this, or a size comparison.
Here you go. So, inside here we have a Halls. Oh, I can't see it because it's a blur, but it's a Halls, cough drop unit deal.
Sure.
Taking these for this horrible post-COVID cough thing, and they've been fine. These are like extra, whatever their stupid terminology, extra cooling, whatever. They're like super hardcore, whatever, and they work. They're good. So anyway, I reached for what I thought was one of these the other day, and instead of putting that right in my mouth. Well, an open one, that is. I put
unwrapped. Yes.
I put a Duracell AAA battery in my mouth. That happened to be sitting right here next to it. Now, that would be one thing. That happened Saturday or Friday, whatever, and I told you guys about it Saturday. It'd be one thing to do that and go, this is just COVID brain. That's not me. Yeah. I would never do. That's stupid, whatever. But then it happened again yesterday. And I don't have a good excuse for what the frick I was doing. But I just absentmindedly reached over here just to give some context. I have some comparative spreadsheet stuff up, so my brain is very focused.
Sure.
And I'm like, okay, well, if that corresponds with this, then we need to make sure that guy knows this. I'm doing all this stuff for this stupid client thing. And I just reach over nonchalantly, grab one of these, and it enters my mouth, and I go, oh, shit, and that's another battery!
Not even the same battery?
No, it's there's three of them over here.
Is your house just littered with AAA batteries?
Well, I don't even, you know what, Brian? I don't even know why these three batteries are here and why there's only three. What has three batteries?
Right, exactly. Well, three's not uncommon. I'm trying to think. I did just put three into something, and I can't remember what it was.
It's like a remote or something?
Yeah, I think it was a remote.
Yeah, that's probably something like that. I don't even know why they're here, though. I don't know if it was, did I leave them here? Did Kim put them here? I mean, I have this.
Are they full? Are they empty? Why are they not rechargeables?
I don't know. Yeah, that's
the
other thing.
Hate the environment? Is that your problem?
Because I love rechargeables. Big fan. I got all those
Indiana loops.
Yeah, those are so good.
They're so good.
Yeah, although I don't have any AAAs. I guess I need some of those. But anyway, I got a really cheap Roku for Black Friday that I'm going to use for my TV. That's my old TV that's over there by the treadmill. So I'm going to have a better way to watch stuff while I do treadmill. Good. Mm-hmm. And maybe I brought them out to put them in this, but I haven't even opened this, so I don't know what's in here.
So you don't even know what kind of batteries it requires.
No. So why am I putting this stuff in my mouth? I don't freaking know. I don't know, dude. I don't really have a good answer, except I feel tangibly better today for the first time in a bit. From the COVID thing, I just feel less beat and tired all the time. Yeah. And so I think my days of putting a battery in my mouth by accident are probably coming to a close. I think we're done.
Okay, well, let's hope. Scrolls on Film brings up a good question. Maybe you ate the fourth battery?
Oh my gosh, dude. I don't
Maybe that's why there's only three?
Nothing has passed that I'm aware of.
Why is this Fritos bag sealed on my desk?
Oh my gosh, dude. That would be really funny if I accidentally ingested a battery. I would have to know that I did that, right?
I would think so, yeah.
But I don't like this idea of a missing fourth battery, though. It's freaking me out. All right, let's move these out of the way. These are no longer anywhere near any cough drops, okay? They're just over here. They're behind this Kirk action figure. Everything is fine.
Okay, all right.
Oh, one other thing. Show and tell this morning. For $5, $4.99. It was some stupid sale, and I'm a dummy. I decided to buy this Master Chief action
Oh,
figure.
that's the Master Chief on a park bench.
Yeah.
Except it's a vehicle.
It's a vehicle, and I forgot the name of it. It's not Warthog. It's whatever the SUV, what ATV thing is they have in the game. Anyway, it's dumb. I don't need this, but it was $4, and so why wouldn't you get this? He's all articulated, buttons at the elbows and knees. You know, he's full Master Chief. Just
You got
here.
that so that Van could have something to play with when he comes to hang out.
All right, fair point. That's how I'm going to justify it.
Yeah.
Even though this is totally
But you
my
have
toy.
to let Van play with it when he comes over. You can't.
Yeah, I can't bogart it.
Don't play with that. It costs $4.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to replace it.
How will I ever replace this $4 playset? But it's actually really nice, like a really nice, like well made. Even the feet articulate.
Wow.
I can't believe it was only $40 or $4, not 40. Anyway, that's the end of today's show and tell.
That's great.
We have a follow up about your car. I got an email. Would you like to hear this?
I would like to hear it. Boy, could I use some good news about this situation.
So no
Or
news
any
then.
news.
Did you follow
No.
up yesterday?
I did. I called this time. I called the dealership that's working on the car, and I spoke to the man of few words, my the service manager there,
Yeah.
who basically said, "Oh yeah, let me go check and see if your part is in. I'll give you a call back today."
Okay.
Would you like to guess if yes or no I received a call back at all yesterday on my car?
I'm gonna say, given the previous performance and how this story has gone thus far, if I was to bet, let's say I had a $5 bill,
Sure.
I would bet that he did not call you back.
The easy bet, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
basically like, I'll take the Patriots over the Dolphins right
Yeah,
now.
there you go.
Yeah. He did not call exactly like.
That sucks.
Yeah, and so definitely talking about this email, we'll have some stuff to say on the other side because the submitter Travis has some very good points.
I agree. So here's what he says. This is from Travis, who wrote in. This is not TvsTravis, different Travis, I believe.
It's Radio's Travis.
Radio's Travis, yeah. TvsTravis killed Radio's Travis. Anyway, hello, Scott and Brian. I wanted to chime in and give you some information from the dealership side of things regarding this. I don't work for Kia, but I am a technician at a very busy Ford dealership, and to my knowledge, we have a very similar situation. We are fighting a battle on multiple fronts right now. One of the biggest struggles is a technician shortage nearly everywhere. Techs are leaving shops monthly and going to work in other industries, and we do not have people wanting to come back to work in the trades. Every tech that leaves causes more stress on the rest of the shop, which causes more of us to want to leave. That's a bad situation.
Totally makes sense. It is a vicious cycle that does not look like it's got any solution that's going to make it go back up.
It's a hard cycle to break. To me, it reminds me when Google announces Stadia. No one trusts that Google will follow through with Stadia because of previous product drops. So nobody buys Stadia, so they have to stop making it. It's just this vicious cycle. Anyway, on the parts side, we have massive supply chain issues. We are waiting 2 to 3 months for engines and transmissions due to individual parts, and the rebuilders need to go on back order. Those warehouses also have staff issues with sickness going around and not enough workers. I wondered about that. I feel Brian's pain with the lack of communication. The techs don't know when parts will arrive until they show up in a truck without warning. The guys in the shop are paid by the job, so they would love to get his car fixed and out of the door so they can get a paycheck instead of watching the parking lot fill up with cars they can't get parts for. Hope this can be repaired for you soon. So we can get more lift stories. Love the show though, Travis. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
sure.
On the one hand, it's like I totally sympathize with that, but I think it'd be cool if your dude would tell you that.
Exactly. Why does it take somebody who works for a completely different dealership for a completely different make of car to explain what might be going on? You know, this easily, the dude at Foundation could easily say, yeah, here's what's going on. We've got a lot of people out. We've been having a hard time bringing people back in, replacing people who've been leaving, and not to mention that it takes a lot longer for us to get supplies now because the supply chains are dealing with the same thing we are. So I will call you as soon as your part comes in and let you know what to expect on how long it'll take to repair. What I just said took less than a minute,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and it would go a long way, right? You would feel, I think you would, I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I know if I were you, I would feel better about all of it if they just talked to me transparently like that.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So do that. You know what? Do like the Ford guy, this Travis feller.
Do like the Ford guy. Be like Travis for Ford.
Be like radio's Travis, okay? Get in there.
Yeah, I mean, Dice Tomato says he doesn't even need to explain all that. He just needs to call back with anything. For sure. But, explaining why things are taking a long time definitely would save me saying, him calling back and just saying, yep, part hasn't come in yet. Great. That just means, well, maybe tomorrow. Do I need to call tomorrow? But if he explains, here's what's going on. And if he makes me feel like I will hear something when something happens, then, but so far, I feel like I've had to prod to get anything moving. I had to prod him to talk to Kia about getting this thing paid for. I had to prod him to actually order the parts a week after they took my car in. They told me to bring my car in. Yeah. I had to prod him to say, get the repair process started. Yeah. And now I have to prod him to call me back and give me information. The sad thing is, here's the sad effect of all of this, and maybe it shouldn't be just focused at Kia, but prior to my car being in the shop now, the only times my car has been in the shop are to fix a recall issue or to get an oil change or
just normal maintenance,
milestone service.
Sure.
That car has been one of the most reliable cars I've ever had. And prior to this issue, I had no doubt that my next car probably would be like a Kia Niro EV or a plug-in hybrid or something like that.
Yeah.
The fact that even if I were to get another Kia, which I know would be probably as reliable as what I've got now, maybe not, who knows? The dread of having to work with this dealership to get recall work done, like other stuff, oil changes, other technical stuff. There's some great repair places around here that I'd take it to, no problem.
Yeah.
But the thought of saying, all right, well, for this thing, I need to take it to the dealership.
Yeah.
Because the next closest Kia dealership is half an hour away.
Yeah. That sounds
45 minutes away.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. And so if their fear is if they're straight with you and transparent with you, that you will go, oh, this is what things are like, I'm not coming here again. Right. That's actually the opposite of what will happen. Because if it's happening everywhere, you can commiserate a little bit. You can understand, and you're like, okay, well, I get it. All right, we'll work through this together. I'm part of, we're together on this, buddy.
And so, thinking about like, all right, a Hyundai Ioniq 5 or a Volkswagen ID4, the other two cars that I'm considering. If supply chains are an issue, if technicians are an issue across the board at all dealerships and repair places, then it really doesn't matter what car I get. I'm going to have this problem and say, oh, hey, I need to bring in my car for this. Cool, it's going to be 3 to 4 weeks before we can even take a look at it because, we haven't been able to get people back in and blah, blah, blah.
My experience when I was working in retail, various jobs, whether it was a restaurant and they screwed up an order, or when I worked at a copy place, I did that for a while, and we would mess up and print them wrong or something like that. Always the best policy, no matter how annoyed the customer was transparency and honesty with them about what happened. So if I effed up, I would be very straightforward about it. I'd say, it was my fault. I completely screwed up your original, and we're going to redo them. I'm just going to need another, 2 hours for the full run or whatever.
Exactly. But you would actually loop in the customer on what's going on so they knew what to expect. Mea culpa or not, it's like any communication is better than, as the Beastie Boys would put it, ill communication.
Yeah, nobody wants ill communication.
Nobody wants that.
No. Go back to Brass Monkey. That's what we want after that. Well, anyway, exactly. I hope he calls you because that's lame.
I'm hoping so too today, and just ready for this situation to either be over or at least move forward.
Yeah, progress.
Something. Friday will be 3 weeks since I've actually felt there's been forward progress on this whole situation.
Yeah, even if it's just a couple of steps forward. That's what we'll take.
Exactly.
Speaking of 2 steps forward, let's talk to this guy. 2 giant leaps forward, no steps back. It's Brian Dunaway joining us from South Carolina. Hi, Brian. Hello. Hello, Brian.
Brian.
Oh, he's doing that thing again. Gotta reboot your deal and make
Plug
it do
into
its
a
thing.
different part.
I blame Windows because Windows is really bad with Discord right now.
Probably was Mark Spagnolo.
Yeah. It's such a unreliable. Oh, there he is. Hi. Hello. No, nothing.
Oh, not quite yet.
Oh, maybe it's something else.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, there you
there we
are. I
can.
can hear you now. Yep, totally hear you.
Okay. So what I did was I was like before you guys called me about 30 minutes before, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure we don't have that same problem again.
Yeah.
So I totally shut down everything, restarted, went in, did a test on the mic, check, test.
Yeah.
It's like, cool. And then I restarted again.
Agee?
Agee.
Agee? We started Agee?
Are you still there, Brian?
I think he's got some
Oh, no.
bonus issues today, perhaps. Perhaps some additional problems. I don't know if you can hear us, but
Brian, we can't hear you. If you're saying anything, like you trailed off right after it, having issues. Agee.
Agee. It's my favorite kind of lag. It's ones that would just I feel like you're getting yeeted into space or something.
Exactly right. Like you've got like you're a stuntman with a cable attached to your back, and like you doing an explosion and yanking your body back.
You're right in the middle of an interview talking about how excited you are. And then yee. Hello, Brian. You back? Hello.
Nope.
Oh, hi.
Oh, there we go.
Hi. Oh,
Oh, you said nope and then hung up.
it's going great. It's going real good.
Oh,
And
poor Brian.
maybe
Oh,
he's
my
just
God.
got some shitty internet at his office today.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give it another shot and see if we can pull him in. I know I can tell you this. There are a few things that rattle Brian Dunaway. I've known him a long time.
Yeah.
Very few things rattle him. One thing does. Tech issues of any kind. Drives him up a tree.
Back before we started sharing the Patreon the Film Sack pre-show, because you start recording basically when we answer the Discord.
I just get going, yeah.
But back when he would have issues like this, it was some of the most uncharacteristically sweary, angry Dunaway that you've never heard.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's just a side you don't get to see. Hi, Brian. Are you there? Hello?
Can you hear me?
We can.
Oh, we can.
hear you.
Can you hear us?
Yes. Am I
Okay.
glitchy?
Nope.
No, you sound fine. You sound great.
Yeah. I hope it holds.
Do I sound angry?
Yes. Yes, you do. But you know what? I love
That would be correct.
You're my favorite angry person because I know you to be like one of the softest, kindest humans in the world. But like you're a human being like the rest of us, and you have your moments. And when you do, it's great. I mean, if you knew you weren't on the air right now, this would be the most F-bomb filled conversation you guys have ever heard. We would go crazy, or
Yeah.
he would. But no, he's fine. He's here. It's all that matters, dude. Oh, I got a call coming in. Let me take it and see who this is waiting for us. Thanks for holding. Hi, who's this? Hello.
Hi, this is one Sleepy Panda in the chat.
Well, hello, one Sleepy
Hey,
Panda.
one
How the
Sleepy
heck are you?
Doing okay. How about
That's
you guys?
fantastic. I'd love to hear that you're okay. I always want to check in on one Sleepy Panda and see if he's still sleeping.
Yeah,
See
if he
he's
does
still-
sound sleepy. I mean, it sounds true to form.
Yeah. Do you? Is that nickname
Yeah,
because
so-
you're a sleepy guy or what? Where'd that come from?
I am a bona fide insomniac,
Oh,
Yeah.
very
Oh,
nice.
wow.
and
So-
I have to take sleeping meds, but if I take them too frequently, I build up a tolerance, and then we'll never sleep. So
Oh,
last night I
sure.
did not sleep.
Damn, dude, that sucks. You need sleep. Sleep is good. You
Yeah.
want sleep. I had a dream that I
Yeah.
weighed myself and I was 360 pounds and I completely had a panic attack in my dream because I thought I weighed 360, which is ridiculous. I weigh closer
Yeah.
to like 230, but 360. What the frick is that about? I
Wow.
was so annoyed. And there was also a really dirty toilet in my dream, but I've forgotten everything about it. But I just remember that it was a really dirty toilet. Anyway, none of that matters because we're going to play a game and we're going to try to win you some prizes. And Brian Ibbett over here is going to explain how it works. Brian?
I will do just that. It's time to play the Tadpool Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian will have to predict the answers that they gave us. And it's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. I'm guessing all 10 today. One Sleepy Panda, your waking job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian, and if your team wins, you get a prize package that includes Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Whoa.
You know, the MELE, courtesy of EA and Origin and our friend Wesley. You're also going to get a copy of The Golf Club 2019. It's not an actual golf club. It's a game, but it's called The Golf Club 2019.
It's very good. It's the same devs that now do the 2K golf games. It's very good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And also the one you said prior to that.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
It's really good. Up-res 4K, better textures, looks amazing. It's very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Big thanks to Wesley for games this time around, man. That man always delivers. Wesley. All right. Let's get to the game here. Put your hands on your buzzers. We surveyed 505 tadpoolers and asked them their response to this.
Okay.
What's your favorite non-Mario NES game? Scott.
The Legend of Zelda.
Show me the Legend of Zelda.
No,
Kind of
don't show
low-hanging
us that.
fruit. Number one answer on the board.
Yeah, that fruit couldn't have hanged any lower.
No,
doubt.
it's basically scraping the ground, that
Yep.
fruit. So, since no answers can beat it, Scott, you have both control of the board and also control of one sleepy panda.
Well, it's more like I think he has control of me. So, Panda, do you have anything that jumps to your head and makes you think, oh, yeah, that's got to be on this list?
The Metroid series.
Oh, it's good.
Or
Metroid.
Metroid.
Metroid 1.
That was what I was going to say.
Yeah, and NES Metroid 1 is a good call. Brian, we'll say Metroid.
All right. Let's say Metroid. Show me Metroid.
Ooh.
Nice job. Number 4 on the list. By the way, I did combine. So if they said Legend of Zelda 2 or Legend of Zelda 3 or whatever, I did combine everything all into one. Although I don't think.
I don't know if anyone said
3
Zelda
was,
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2, 1 and 2 were there, and then 3. Where did 3 show up?
Super NES?
Oh, yeah, and that was just called Zelda. What the hell was that called?
Yeah, I know.
Link to the Past.
Link to the Past.
It was Link to the Past. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't give it a number.
It
Zelda
didn't
is
sound
my-
right. I
my
started to say
favorite
that. It
game
didn't sound right to
series,
me.
so.
But
Link to the Past is so good. Link Between Worlds is also very good. 3DS game is amazing. Anyway, okay, my brain wants to say Punch Out. Punch Out was a very popular game. So Punch Out.
Sure. All right. Show me Punch Out. Yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, number 7.
Big
or just
points.
regular Punch Out. Glass Joe taking it on the chin right there.
Yeah, Glass Joe, man. Never forget. Had, let's see, the arcade version. No. The home version had Mike Tyson.
Right. The arcade version was just Punch Out.
Right. And then later,
Yeah.
all the Punch Outs stripped him out of it because their deal went south. What, Panda, you got anything jumping to your head?
Yeah, the other half of the Metroidvania namesake, Castlevania.
Oh, yeah, Castlevania. Great one.
Castlevania.
Sure. All right. Show me Castlevania.
Oh, what?
Amazingly,
what?
Castlevania, not till number 14 do we see it on the list.
Damn.
Just
No,
out.
1, 2, and 3 were all there. They were huge on there. I'm shocked by this. All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Weird. Brian Dunaway.
Shocked,
Over
I
to you.
say.
Mr. Dunaway. Let's see how you can do over here.
I'm going with the Curb.
Kirby.
Oh, Kirby.
The little pink chewing gum, bubble gum guy.
Yeah.
Sure. Is he a ghost? Is he gum? We don't know. Show me Kirby.
What?
Come on.
Yeah, Kirby. I was amazed by this one too. Number 15, just below Castlevania, actually tied for 14th place with Castlevania.
I don't know you people at all.
Is Kirby?
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna go with the Final Fantasy one.
There's a good one. That was my other
In
one.
America, we got
Yeah.
1 and 2, but I think 2 was actually 3, or however it worked. But anyway, early Final Fantasies, we'll say.
Let's just say any Final Fantasy. The first fantasy to the Final Fantasy. Show me Final Fantasy. Number 8.
There you go.
Looking good. Looking good.
Big pointies.
Looking better.
Oh boy, we're getting in the weeds now.
Yeah.
Let's say
Number
let's
2's
say
still up
Panda.
there. Come on. What is
Yeah.
number 2?
Still
Yeah.
up.
Let's go with the Mega Man.
Oh, Mega Man, duh. Mega
There you
Man.
go.
Mega
Yeah.
Man.
The radio womb.
The radio
Show
room,
me.
Mega Man.
That's a good question. Number 10. Big points on the board for you guys.
Oh my gosh. That put us to
30.
30. Damn.
Yeah, what do we got? 15, 23, 20. Oh my gosh, right now. Oh, actually, no, you guys can't be beat.
We can't be beat?
You've officially won one Sleepy Panda.
Can we not be tied? We can't even be tied.
9, 15, 20, 25. The most that Brian Dunaway can get right now is 25.
That's a shame. Does do the duck hunt business with the gun and that?
Oh, sure. Duck hunt.
Go ahead
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Show me duck hunt.
Oh, number 2?
Yeah.
What?
Number 2. People,
Wow.
it was their favorite
So
probably
it was-
because they got the version with
Exactly.
the blaster, and
You
that's
got-
all they
You got the 2-pack. You got the Mario and the Duck Hunt together.
exactly. That's
what
all
you
they
got.
could play
Yeah.
until their birthday. Like they got it for Christmas, and that's all they could play until their birthday when they got another game.
This is my favorite, but why? Because
Yeah.
it's the only one I
That's
have.
all I have.
exactly.
Remember Hogan's Alley? That was a fun light game gun. Or light gun
Yeah,
game.
it was good.
Light
Like
game
that
gun.
game.
I'm gonna
I
throw
like
one
the
out
with
here.
The robot and the little gyroscopes that you'd have to like put the gyroscopes onto the
Robbie the Robot.
Ah,
That's
Robbie
right,
the
onto
Robot.
the little thing to make
What's his
the
name?
Yeah, it was Robbie.
things open up.
I
Thought it was
want
Rob.
I want one, and I never
Rob.
got one, and I would love one now, and I wouldn't even need to use it. I just want one to sit there. They're probably really
I
hard to
stole
get.
it. I stole it from Montgomery Ward.
Look at you with your
the whole thing. I went into Montgomery Ward. This was listen, kids. I was a bad seed back then. Went into Montgomery Ward. I found an empty register area,
yeah.
and I tore off a big chunk of the orange Montgomery Ward's tape that they put on things that were too big to fit in a Montgomery Ward's bag.
Yeah.
And then I grabbed a Nintendo, whole big box thing with the gyroscope and the
God.
robot and everything. I stuck that as I went down the stairs between the two levels or escalator. I stuck the tape on so they wouldn't see me on either of the two levels, and then I just walked out the front door.
Oh my lord.
Who?
And I carried
are
it
you?
home on my bike, like I rode my bike.
This
Who are
morning.
you? Did you ever get caught and get punished?
No,
No.
I never
Wow.
did. I never did. And
This
finally,
is not like an after-school special at all.
No, I know. I never had to do like a, like, oh, this was the time he got caught that changed his ways. It was just basically like, oh man, all right, I'm going down a
Does
bad
Montgomery
road.
Ward even still exist?
No,
Can they
I
come
put them
get
out of
you? I mean,
business.
Yeah,
They
that was the
they
end.
went
That's
bankrupt
hilarious.
because of a stolen NES.
Wow. My wife just this morning said, what kind of people pull up their car to people's houses and take their packages off their driveway?
Now, see, I wouldn't steal from other people.
No.
I'd steal from a
Just
big
from
box
big
store.
companies.
big
Yeah.
I'd steal a
big
big
retail.
box from a big box retailer.
Sure. Watch out, Costco. Your water bottles life is limited.
That's right. It's time
Uh,
for me to take some Kirkland pants.
Yeah, they got him. Hey, there,
Anyway.
Panda. You got another call here on anything?
Yeah, let's do Tetris.
Tetris is a big one. Sure.
That's a good
Sure.
one. Good one.
Pulled out of those boxes once the Russians got their greasy mitts on it. Show me Tetris.
Number 3.
Yep, number 3.
Oh, I love when we cleared the board here.
We cleared 1 through 4, 7, 8, and 10. So just 5, 6, and 9 left on the board.
I know one that I loved, but I don't know if it's going to be on here. But since we already won, I feel like I'm okay to say it. I'll just
you
say,
guys, this is like where you can kind of go Maverick. A little bit.
I'm going to go balloon fight.
Oh, sure.
I like
that's
balloon
nice.
fight a lot.
Man, those
so,
can hurt if you get hit
Yeah.
really hard enough with them.
yeah.
Show me balloon fight.
You guys don't know what a good video game is.
Balloon fight people did say balloon fight. Where is it?
Balloon fight is basically a joust ripoff.
There it
That's
is. It was
great.
number 27.
Okay. Of all the joust ripoffs, it's the best. It's a very good ripoff of joust. Anyway.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
All right, Dunaway. What do you think there, dude?
Well, this is one that people always tell me they had and loved. It's Excite Bike. I just don't know if they would have. Yeah,
That's a
Everybody
good
loved
one.
that one.
Yeah.
Excita bike.
Excita bike.
Excita bike.
Yeah.
All right,
Excited Bike.
show me the Excita bike game.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Oh,
yeah, a
good
lot of
call.
people.
Look at that.
17 people said that Excite Bike was their favorite non-Mario NES game.
Yeah,
It gets them excited, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
That game was
that is
very
one
popular.
Excite bike.
Excite a bike.
I'll tell you what.
We already said. Let's see. How about I'm gonna say it because we're playing it. I'm gonna go with Dragon Warrior.
Dragon Warrior, also known as Dragon
Quest.
Dragon Quest.
Yep.
Yes, when it was released
Right.
in the US.
In the US, it was
right?
Dragon Warrior.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. It was flipped. That's right. Sure.
They changed
Show
that
me-
later, but thankfully it's now Dragon Quest across the board.
Yeah.
but,
Right. All right. Show me Dragon Quest / Warrior.
Oh,
No, number
man.
20 on the list.
I thought
was
it might have been
Dragon
some
Quest / Warrior.
JRPG fans in there. Guess not. Huh?
Well, you
I
got the
did
Final
combine,
Fantasy, but
yes.
yeah. Oof.
I know.
I can't
These
think of
last
any
two
more
answers,
games.
5 and 9 left on the board.
Oh my gosh, what was the thing people freaked out about? What other big IPs?
This is
came
one more
out of there?
strike, right? And you guys are gonna win.
That's right. This
Yeah.
is your last
The
guess.
things I was thinking about was people. I didn't care for the turtles on the NES, but everybody always seems to like that
The Ninja Turtles.
turtles. Yeah, that
You know
was on
what?
the NES.
You know what? Let's say Turtles. Ninja Turtles was the SNES Ninja Turtles was way better, but let's just say Ninja Turtles.
Way better.
Yeah.
Sure. Going for those heroes on a half shell. All right. Show me Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ah, triple
Oh,
X.
really?
Number 23. People
Okay.
said it, but not many.
Not many.
What else you guys think? What do you guys think?
Well, I don't
Anything?
know. We're
Got
gonna help
any
you
other-
now. Let's help you now.
Yeah. No,
True,
we're just trying to clear the board right now. You won regardless. We're
Yeah,
just
that's
trying to
true.
See what we can.
Exactly.
Panda, do you have a one that we haven't thought of?
The tadpole is screaming Contra.
Oh, duh. Contra's
Oh, that's
big.
a good one.
Yeah,
That's a
Contra.
good one.
big.
Yeah.
I mean, it
True
gave
with
us
chat
that
room.
code.
Yeah,
You
gave us
know,
the
we-
Konami
Yeah.
code. Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
All right. Show me up, down, left, right. AB
Start?
select, whatever it was.
Whatever it
Oh,
was.
two up, down. No, up, down, left, right. AB select.
I think so.
Yeah, it's
I
been a
never
while.
remember
All right,
it.
show me that.
Yeah.
Number 5. Well done.
Very good.
BA select. Okay, thank you, Dice Tomato.
Thanks. One more.
Now I'm thinking. Right, we got one more. We can clear the board. Let's do it. We did mention Punch Out, right? We X'd them
You
out.
guys
right?
did mention
Yeah.
Punch Out. Yep, that was number 7. On the
Yeah,
Are
that's
list.
one of the
there
first yeah,
sports games
that was
that
one of the
could
first
fit
ones
the
we
bill?
did.
Say again. What'd you say?
I was wondering if there's like any other sports games that could fit the bill.
Oh,
I was very small.
yeah,
so I
there's,
didn't play any. but-
Ice hockey was popular because it had the three.
what
You
a-
had a fat
what a
fat
dog.
guy, middle guy, and a skinny guy. Was how you picked your teams.
Oh, Tecmo Bowl. Jeff is a geek. Says Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, that's a good
Is that
one.
it? Oh, now I'm seeing the chat room bust up with some Tecmo Bowl.
You know what? Tecmo Bowl.
a good one.
That's a good one. Yep, I agree
All
with
right.
it.
Cool. All right,
Tecmo Bowl.
let's do it. Show me Tecmo Bowl. Oh, Tecmo Bowl number. Where is
Number-
Tecmo? Number 22.
22. It still plays
Wow.
great, by the way.
Not
Very
bad.
good game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great.
All
one.
right, for an answer that 11 people said when they took the survey, I don't think I saw one person say it in chat, and it just cracks me up that
Really?
that 11 people would name this game. By the way, I did take out Donkey Kong was one of the ones on the list, but I call that a Mario game, even though it's really
Oh,
a Donkey
yeah.
Kong game, and Mario's like a.
But who? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's a good point.
Show me number 9. Battletoads.
Battletoads. Gosh,
Battletoads.
dang it.
Joe Geihart
Yes.
got it just before I clicked it, by the way. Good job, Joe Geihart.
Of course, Battletoads.
Frick.
Yes.
I hated Battletoads. I am not a fan. I did not like that
I
game.
like
Yeah.
Battletoads.
It's too glitchy, dude. Can't tell what's going on. Too much flicker.
What I like about it.
Yeah, that's
And
of course
yes,
you
I
do.
know that Mario appears in Duck Hunt before you get any, before you start typing that hastily written response.
Super
Yeah.
Mario.
My favorite thing is the dog giggling and it makes that doodle doodle doot song. I love that.
Yeah.
Well done. You know what this means?
Yeah.
This means that we can now shower gifts on this guy.
Congratulations. You're a winner.
We're going to send you your prizes, but Brian, why don't you tell us what some of these other answers were that we missed?
Sure. There are no other answers that you guys missed. Battletoads
Oh.
was the only one. Oh, you mean on the list? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
outside the top 10, Bubble Bobble was number 12.
Oh, Bubble
DuckTales. Double Dragon.
Love DuckTales.
5 people thought
no.
GoldenEye came out on the NES.
What?
We love you.
That
we
is
do totally love you.
hilarious.
And that also didn't stop 5 people from saying Super Mario Brothers.
Wow.
Way
Wow.
to read the question.
Yeah.
Blades of Steel, Paperboy. It's the game based on that character from Atlanta. It's really, really good. Animal Crossing. The NES, I don't think was there.
No,
that early?
there definitely was
didn't make
not.
it on the yeah. Nothing
It was
even-
N64 in Japan,
N64 in
GameCube
Japan.
in America.
64. Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to assume, and like somebody said, oh yeah, no, there was an original Animal Crossing in the NES. Okay.
Nope.
Bionic Commando.
Oh, very
Ninja
good game.
Gaiden.
Yeah.
Blaster Master, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, a
yeah,
Pugman,
really good.
Spy Hunter, Star Tropics,
Oh yeah, Star Patrol was classic.
Yeah, it's very
Ayton
good.
Senna Grand Prix, one person said. Banjo Kazooie, also.
N64 game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bomberman, Burger Time,
There was
Captain Skyhawk.
Yeah. Wait, Captain Skyhawk. Hold on. Wait, what is
One
that?
person even said Circus Atari.
Circus Atari.
Okay.
Oh, Captain Skyhawk is a game. Okay, I'd never heard of this. This was a NES game.
Huh. All right.
All right, cool.
Yeah, only one person said Ice Climbers, and only one person said Kid Icarus. Surprisingly, I would have thought like somebody
I
like three
almost
or four
went with
people.
some Kid Icarus. Yeah.
That
Ice
was
Climbers.
lunch. That was a lunch title, wasn't it? Kid Icarus and Ice Climbers.
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure they were
was
lunch.
it in your box that you stole from?
Yeah.
I think it was printed on the outside of the box as other games you could get for sure.
Ice Climbers I played mostly in the arcade, weirdly. Hardly ever touched it at home. But anyway, these are we love retro games, so this is a perfect category today. And all you got to do is send Brian Panda, just send Brian an email, coverville@gmail.com. He'll send you these two fabulous prizes.
I will. Please do.
How do you feel about your win, Panda?
I feel wonderful about it. I'm waking up with excitement.
Oh,
good.
man,
You're the
that's
coffee
great.
in your cup.
Yeah, and I hope you sleep tonight.
do,
Honestly, if I wish anything on you, it's
do
that you
see
go to
that,
sleep and you sleep well. That's what I want for you and your life and your wife. And your...
Was that Panda? You were trying to say something?
Oh, he hung up. He's not there now.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know what he was saying. Was
Did
trying
he
to-
hang up or did you do?
No,
you won it.
he hung. It
It wasn't this time. It wasn't.
It wasn't me.
This time it wasn't a Scott.
Yeah, it wasn't a Scott this time. Well, anyway, congratulations to him and Brian Dunaway for being just an amazing participant in today's tomfoolery. He just was great, even though you had tech issues at the top and it pissed you off. But don't worry, we'll be back doing this again next Monday.
It's one of those piss offs. It's just for a moment. It's just like
that's right.
It passes quickly.
That's right, like a stone. Well, those are slow. Never mind.
Yeah.
Hey, and painful. We did a brand new Play Retro yesterday. It was great. We talked about Mario Kart and all the other karts it inspired, and I really enjoyed that episode. So I hope people give that one a
It was a
listen.
really good episode.
Yeah, it's super fun. Get it wherever you get your podcast. Just find Play Retro, search for it, or you can go to our website frogpants.com/play retro. Brian Dunaway, anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, my mom will call it earlier, and
Such a...
That was a great one.
Yeah, he got me.
Well done. Yeah,
He got me.
I was hanging on every word
Yep.
until there were no more words.
I was like, well, what does Mrs. Dunaway have to say? What's going on? And then he hung up. Didn't work. Well done. All right, we have a little time for a little news, and it starts here. It's time for the news, brought to you by...
A little time for a little news, and it's sponsored by A Little Time with a Little Kid. The first 20 minutes of Miles Morales with a 3-year-old.
Oh, okay. So he wanted to play Dino Game, but it was not on my phone after my upgrade to my phone. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't move over, but he was like, Dino Game? And I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, Spider-Man? And I went, oh, that's interesting. Let's see what we can find. So I went to YouTube, just sitting on my phone. He's in my lap, chilling out last night. They were over for Kim's birthday. And we watched the first 20 minutes of the Miles Morales PS5 and PC game.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I thought you were about to say Into the Spider-Verse. God, I wonder, has he seen that, by the way?
I don't
Into the
think so, but he'd
Spider-Verse?
probably love it. I mean, he's at the age now. I think he'd probably enjoy it.
I think he's right.
But
age
I
for
have
that.
never seen a kid more like locked in than I did for this. And most of this is spent swinging through the buildings trying to stop Rhino from. Is it Rhino?
It is Rhino. Yeah,
It doesn't sound right.
that's what the first one starts with.
That's like your first fight.
Your first fight. It's still teaching you controls. Like, here's how you shoot a web and then use it to pull yourself and hit your target with your feet.
Yeah, it's like a very intense tutorial, basically. But anyway, I've never seen that kid more focused and more chill than sitting there watching that. So
because there's a lot of in the first part of Miles Morales, aren't there a lot? It's like cutscenes at a lot of cutscenes at a street fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of walking around, and he liked all that because they kept showing wall art that was Spider-Man, and he would go, Spider-Man. I go, yeah, that is Spider-Man. He loves Spider-Man. So anyway,
Awesome.
highly
He's
recommend
a
it.
good kid. He's definitely a good kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid. You can tell already. Good kid.
Still likes dinosaurs though.
Yeah, he's cool with dinosaurs. When I told him there's a dinosaur, a Spider-Verse, I tried to explain that there's a dinosaur that looks like Spider-Man.
Right.
And that's very confusing to him, but he's all in. He's all in on that.
So it was bitten by a radioactive spider.
Yeah, very weird. Anyway, let's do this here. Every monk in a Thai temple got defrocked. All of them. The entire monk temple, everybody inside defrocked because they all tested positive for methamphetamine use.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. Well, the good news is they ain't talking.
Yeah. Makes me want to say, et tu Buddhist, et tu? Doesn't really work.
Okay, there you go. Sure.
Kind of works.
Sure.
I think I could have workshopped that a little better. But anyway, Buddhist temple in central Thailand has been left without monks. They neither took monks nor left monks. After all of its holy men failed drug tests and were defrocked.
Wow.
4 monks, including an abbot. I didn't know they had abbots in the Buddhist temple. It's weird.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know that either.
That was like a Britishy Catholicly.
Right.
thing.
The Benedictine monks had abbots. I didn't realize the Thai ones as well.
Interesting.
Huh. Okay.
It was in a temple in Phetchabun province in Bung Sam Phan district. Bung Sam Phan is fun to say.
Bung Sampan.
Bung Sam Phan. I love it when it's only level 3 heat, though. I don't want it too hot.
Are you a Bung Sam fan?
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of a Bung Sam fan.
You'd have to be a Bung Sam fan. That's how it happens.
Right, yes.
Anyway, they all tested positive for meth on Monday, according to some news people there. The monks have been sent to a health clinic to undergo drug rehabilitation. Quote, the temple is now empty of monks, and nearby villagers are concerned they cannot do any merit making. Merit making involves worshippers donating food to monks as a good deed. I wonder if that's how they got the meth.
Well, I don't have any food, but will you take this?
You take this blue crystal I done made.
I've got a bunch of beakers and vials and a Winnebago. You want it?
Yeah, out there. We will take your gift. Thank you, they said. They are major transit country for methamphetamine flooding into the Myanmar area. So this is a problem, according to the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, or the UNODC. UNODC.
Okay.
On the street, meth pills called Yabba sell for less than 20 baht, around 50 cents. That's cheap. You just go get a meth pill. Say, how much? And they say, how much Yabba? How much for this Yabba? And they say 50 cents. That's pretty good.
It's cheap. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you name any other drug you can go to spend 50 cents for a pill for? I can't think of any.
No, I really can't.
Nope.
I never would have priced it. I would have lost that Price is Right game right there. It's
100%. Yep.
That mountain climber would have fallen right off the cliff with me in that. And how much for this meth, Brian?
I'm really glad you brought that up. Why is it that when I think of that show, that's the only thing I can think of is that mountain climber? Like if you go, hey Scott, think of a game from that. All I think of is people going, a brand new car, and then the mountain climber, and that's it.
Yeah. There were definite stakes. I mean, that was like, you were watching this mountain climber fall to his death if you mispriced that wearing blender.
Yeah, they still do it. They probably still do it, right?
I'm sure. Yeah. I hope they haven't changed it, like modernized it or anything. Like it better still have the
That's right. This show I never watched. They better not have changed that.
They better not have changed it. It better still have the same doofy looking climber and the same doofy music.
Yeah, the stupid yodel thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so get your 20 baht and head to the place. Meth and particularly Yabba. That's weird because they just said meth is called Yabba, but then this quote says meth and particularly Yabba. Anyway, can be easily found around every corner of Thailand. Supplies up everywhere, and at this point, a tablet is cheaper than a beer.
Yeah.
Says Jeremy Douglas.
Cheaper than the wine that the monks used to make. Was it wine or was it? Yeah, it was wine, right?
Wine.
The monks like really expensive, or champagne. There's like a
what is it?
There's like a famous. Is it Moe Shandon? Is it the monks? There's like a famous and please chat room save me from this because I'm trying to think of what I know some of them are alcohol that's monk.
Some of them are famous for cheese, but that's not the same place, right? It's not like they're doing.
They probably do, yeah.
Because some of them, I guess, monk cheese is like the best cheese.
A lot of beer. Shime, is that it?
Shime? Never heard of it. Although I swear I saw something on a Food Network thing once about it, or maybe it was chef's table thing on Netflix. Something
Dom
about
Perignon. That's what I was trying to remember. Dom Perignon.
Oh,
yes.
that's an easy one, or that's one I've heard
Yes,
before.
that's the famous one. Yeah.
Well, interesting. Authorities across Southeast Asia and across the globe have made record meth seizures in recent months. That means they take a lot of meth. It doesn't mean they had seizures because of the meth.
I'm having a meth seizure right now.
Yeah, I'm seizing on meth.
Seizing.
Everybody.
I can't come into the office today. I've got a meth seizure.
Yeah, sorry. I'd probably keep you out of the office.
Give me your badge and your gun. No, I'm seizing meth. I'm seizing meth.
I'm seizing
Hello?
it. Hello? All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Tom Merritt will regale us with tech news of the day. That'll be fun. Also, recommendals after that. We got a full slate there as well. Slate. Anyway, that'll do it for my introduction. So now I pass this baton to Brian, who plays a song. How about that?
Time for me to do an introduction. Big thanks to, let's see, who's the label? What's the label? Secretly Distribution and CVC Recordings, which is funny because it's this band's own label, CVC Recordings. The band is CVC, and no, they're not a convenience store that happens to have medications. They are a band, and they are from. See, here's the thing. I always do this. I've got all this information that I'm ready to say, and then I'll lead myself into a thing that I don't know the answer to. I'm not going to tell you where they're from. That's you just have to.
We know they're from somewhere. Okay, that's all we need to know.
They're somewhere in the UK, I believe, because they're touring Sheffield, Nottingham, Bristol. So they are a UK band.
Nice.
This is such a great song, and it reminds me of like MGMT. Is probably the first band that came to mind when I heard these guys. The song is called Sophie. Here is from their brand new album Get Real, CVC.
Come with me to a clearing, a stream, a mountaintop, and finally to outer space.
Gross nerd!
The Morning Stream. Let's dance.
And we've returned. Tell me who that was again.
Sure. You can tell when the marketing information that comes from the label is in really tiny font, and I don't bother just using the little Apple thing that lets me increase the size. It's when you see my forehead, because I'm like getting really.
When you
close
do
to the
this,
screen. Yeah. Like you just get a real close up of my forehead because I'm reading.
I do that. Don't feel bad. I do that. We're old.
Exactly. I'm getting a little color up here by getting that close to my monitor. That band is CVC. They have a brand new album called Get Real. That is the first single from it, called Sophie.
CVC pipe.
CVC pipe. I do have glasses, Claire. They are right here.
Yeah, look at those. Look at those. Yeah. Are those your gunners or those?
No. These are actual like. These are glasses I think I got at a CVS, honestly.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
Yes,
they're like readers then, like 1.25.
They are, exactly. It's from the Pop Fashion Wear line, as you can see from the writing on the...
Oh, fancy.
No, my gunners, also red and black. Those are right here. And I wear those now pre and post show. I don't wear them on the show, but I don't care about, I need to see... I need to see you clearly.
Yeah, you need to see my beautiful face. How about this guy's face, too? This guy right here, whose thing I'm going to play.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is Tom Merritt. He probably wears readers occasionally, too, because we're all men of a certain age.
I wear glasses all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you don't need to do readers, although... No bifocals yet, right? Like you don't.
No,
have to
that's
have...
what these are. These are progressive lenses.
Oh, very nice.
So thicker on the bottom or top or something.
I love that you think I'm younger than I am.
It's because you look better than the two of us.
That's honestly the truth.
Stop.
You're in great shape. You eat a lot of. Tom eats omega-3 food all day. He's like a healthy guy.
It's the sardines. Yeah,
it's the sardines. Yep.
Sardines.
You don't want to kiss him.
Kimchi.
Yep.
You're already on the kimchi thing, Scott. You're a third of the way there. My lunch of champions.
Now wait, do you do at the same meal? You'll have some kimchi.
I have for lunch like 3 times a week. It's sardines, brown rice, and kimchi.
Oh, that actually sounds really good.
Sardines. Right, wow, look at you.
Those fish oils, man, you're gonna live forever.
Yeah, it is really good for you. Yep.
Well, all right. In your lubed state, let's do a technology segment. Tom Merritt comes here on Wednesdays.
Can't
and
wait
talk.
for that one to be taken out of context.
Too late. It already has been. Tom's going to tell us about what's going on in the tech world because the Daily Tech News Show waits for no man, and I'm very curious about what's going on. It's so easy. It's actually kind of a little bit hard to track tech stories via Twitter the way I used to, because so much of Twitter now is just like Musk talk and this and that with Twitter.
Gee, I wonder who's contributing to that, Scott.
Me a little bit. I admit it. I'm part of the problem, not the solution.
I feel bad. I've poked fun at you a couple times on Twitter, and I should include emojis so Scott knows. That
No. I totally get it. This is a Tom thing that we've always had in our relationship. When I do this sort of thing, Tom is usually there with a good little reminder that, hey, maybe you're...
And I would never have known about it unless you had told me.
That's exactly right.
Is it time to trot out political Scott and just change it to political and anti-Elon Scott?
No.
Use that.
Hey, that account got banned. I don't know why.
Did it really?
I don't know why or when. I hadn't used it in about 6 months, and I went and checked it one day, and it was banned. So maybe it'll get unbanned along with all the other troll accounts.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter because Tom doesn't need all this to find good tech stories. He does it naturally with his mind and his brain and his magic.
Well, I also use the internet.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I'm actually in conversation with Sarah Lane right now, right as you called, about a segment on today's show about the Kindle Scribe. So we may have something about that for you. But we're also yesterday on the show we talked about all the end of year music things. Did y'all talk about that?
No,
no,
like Spotify and Apple Music's
Apple
thing.
Replay telling you what you listen to the most.
Sure.
Apple Replay came out yesterday. YouTube Recap and Spotify Wrapped came out today. So everybody can look at the data. All the data nerds can look at the data around their music, because music and data, it's the peanut butter and pickle relish.
What goes better together than that?
No, I'm actually one of the people who's always fascinated to see like what in there I would have guessed, and the data always shows you something about yourself that you're like, oh, I listened to that a lot more than I thought. My number 4 artist, for instance, was Focus.
Really, Hocus Pocus, the band that had one song?
I think I accidentally left it playing on repeat or something.
Repeat?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Popcorn by Hot Butter.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're on it. But
is it the extended version with 3 drum solos?
No, it must not have been for the number of times it got played.
I did mine this morning and I shared it over on Hive, but Unbelievers by Vampire Weekend, my number 1 played artist, which that completely and totally surprised me. That was something I wasn't expecting at all.
Well, I think part of it, I don't know about for you, but one thing that's interesting about this, I use Apple Music, so I'm not getting anything from Spotify. I thought I'd get something from YouTube, but it's not giving me anything. But I hear a lot of music when Eileen's driving and she's playing the music, or we're just listening to stuff on YouTube on the TV that doesn't show up in my own stats.
That it doesn't trigger. Yeah, makes sense.
So I'm certain there are songs that I heard more this year than what's on my list, but what actually got played in Apple Music is always interesting. Scott, what do you use for music, or do you not listen to music?
Do. I know I use Apple Music. It says here, I haven't done this thing yet, so I just did it while you were talking, and I've done 3,000. It says you listened to 3,853 songs this year. The number 1 played was an Underworld song called U7 that's part of a synthwave playlist that I listen to.
Yeah.
The very next one though is the main theme from Bear McCreary's main theme from the Sea Show on Apple Music. I don't remember listening to that, or not Apple Music, Apple TV. I don't remember listening to that as much as this says I did.
Yeah, right.
I guess I did. Also, Honor, from the main theme of The Pacific, is on here a lot.
Oh, interesting.
Hans Zimmer's Time, a song or a track from the Inception soundtrack. I have a lot of movie soundtrack love, I guess.
Yeah. You're an OST kind of guy.
Yeah, and a lot of shins.
9,036 songs for me.
Jeez. You listen to a lot.
9,036.
9,000?
9,036 songs, yeah.
Yeah.
And a couple of these, like, let's see, To the Island by Crowded House from their newest album. Then It All Goes Away by Dayglow. I will keep on shouting from the rooftops how great Dayglow is, and people really need to discover him. But then you go, like, I could not even tell you my number 9 song, Motion Sickness by Phoebe Bridgers. I like Phoebe Bridgers, but I couldn't tell you how that song goes.
Oh, weird.
Or Bags by Claro. Okay, I believe it. I mean, it's, had 15 plays on that song.
Yeah. No, it's interesting to see that stuff. And sometimes it's like, oh, that's not that many, but it was, I guess I didn't listen to any particular song.
I guess not. I listened to 968 minutes of Vampire Weekend in
Wow.
2022.
That's a lot, dude. That makes you a full vampire.
The artist minutes.
Yeah. Manic Street Preachers, 794 minutes. Oddly enough, Tori Amos, 771 minutes, and I think that was just because of soundography, because I typically don't listen to Tori Amos.
Oh, that's true.
I apparently listened to 403 minutes of Focus.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, that's...
I certainly don't recall
that was a great Focus right there.
Oh, look at this. You guys will love this. I did, 2,080. My number one artist for time is The Shins, 2,084 minutes. Then Coulter Wall at 712, and then REM at 666 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you've lost your religion.
I know. I wish that would have been... oh, man, I missed an opportunity here. Number 10 for me was 311. They have a great new album. That's why I listened to it this year. I wish I would have done 311 minutes, but I only did 257, so it's a shame.
Wow. Yeah, this is so great. I love this data.
Yeah, I do too. Y'all are shaming me. I only had 1,860 songs.
Wow.
And 800 of those were by BTS, I believe.
For actually 1,813 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
Top albums, The Aces, Under My Influence. I do love that album. Aaron Ray, also very good.
So the top album thing I was a little confused about because it looked too different. But apparently this is, you started playing the album versus something on a playlist or like choosing an individual song.
Or
you didn't have to finish it.
Yeah.
It's just, you said like, play the album. Don't just, play the whole album. Don't just play a song from the album.
Yeah.
Because my top one was Anti-Fragile by Le Seraphim.
Oh, that's nice.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking. Is there there is playlists. Yeah. See, this is where I spend a lot of my time. I'll put something on my Echo or whatever. So I've got Trance and Progressive number 1, 90s number 2, 80s, then 70s, then Pink Floyd Essentials.
Decades, man, I see.
I guess so. I don't know. I don't realize I do. See, this is interesting because it does say something about your behavior that you're not maybe noticing while you're doing it. Like, this is, I do love data like this. I wish there was more stuff like this. It's great.
I was pleased to see top radio stations, not top playlist, that lo-fi beats showed up. I didn't realize I was that chill.
Wow. Well, you are a pretty chill guy. It's been my experience.
Yeah.
Well, more on topics like this today on the Daily Tech News Show. Also, I can't wait to hear more about this Scribe thing because the reviews are pretty middling so far, and I need to talk more about it.
What I asked Sarah was like, do you think you could just like read several of the reviews and summarize what they're saying? And because she uses the reader that I was hoping I would remember before I finished the end of the sentence. Remarkable, thank you.
Yeah.
She uses the Remarkable, which is kind of what the Kindle Scribe was trying to be. And so as a remarkable person, but also a user of the Remarkable tablet, I thought she would have a particularly good perspective on what they're saying about the Kindle Scribe.
Yeah, I've been all eyes open on this because I figured the way this was going to work is the Remarkable 2s made by a company that just makes that. They're small. They have a very focused product line, all that. And I thought, well, if Amazon's doing this, they're going to put the magic of AWS behind it and all the cloud features, and it's going to be this amazing thing. Plus, it's a Kindle, and it'll sync across everything. So I kept thinking, well, this might be truly the best one of these. And all I'm hearing is, like, it's okay. It's not as good as the Remarkable, and I'm having a sad moment is what I'm getting at. I'm a little sad.
The Verge's headline is Amazon Kindle Scribe review absolutely adequate.
Yeah, that's a
it kind of sums it up. Seems like the general trend is it's really good for reading, but not as good at the note taking as the Remarkable and others like that.
So maybe there's a balance though that you could say about it. Like, I don't know, but that's the beauty of listening today. Everybody, tune in, find out what Sarah has to say, and and what our reactions will be on the Daily Tech News Show at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Tom, anything else in your world that we should share here?
Yeah, a lot of folks are getting into the Substack these days. Molly Wood just started a Substack. You should go check that out. And of course, while you're looking around, poking around on the Substack, find Tech Tom TvsTravis.substack.com. It's where I take all the writing that I do, well, not all the writing I do, but a lot of the writing I do for Daily Tech News Show, for Cord Killers and other things, and put it out as occasional posts. They're kind of like blog posts, but they're delivered to your email, or you can read them in the Substack app and get a little more time to kind of review. If you like to read some of this tech news, I do a weekly roundup with a bunch of stories that's available for paid subscribers. But if you don't want to pay, that's fine. There's lots of stuff that I put out for free. So go check it out. techtom.substack.com.
Very nice. Tom Merritt, everybody. Cool. Ace Detect on Twitter while it lasts. We'll see you soon. I kid. It's not going anywhere. I mean, it's kind of a miserable place to be lately. It's not very fun to be there like it used to be, but whatever. I'm on everything now, so wherever people go, I'll be there. Cool. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see where the people who I listen to go, and that's where I'm going to go as well.
Yeah, I've got. I
like Hive. I like the interface of Hive, but aren't they having some issues with Android and a web version and stuff like that?
They have no web version right now. That's coming.
Yeah.
It's a small team of like 3 people.
Okay.
So, they're just trying to keep up, and it took off. At least on iOS, it became a great big alternative. There are a lot of people going to Mastodon, which I think I finally understand how Mastodon works. And I think I get the federated thing, but also I've got stuff on. I started using Tumblr again because Tumblr, a bunch of people flooded over on Tumblr. Okay. Yeah, and Tumblr still got a bunch of cool features. I don't know, man. It's just a weird time. It's a weird time in the world of social media. All right, let's get to recommentals. Excuse me. Let me add the people. You got to have the people.
Blechemental.
Yeah, that was a blechemental. Mark that one down as one not to see or watch. That's and we'll see what we get here.
Who's going to answer first? Randy
did. Oh, my gosh. That's awesome. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Recommendals. Randy Jordan's joining us. It looks like Nicole's still ringing, but Randy's here. Hi, Randy.
Good morning stream. How you doing? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
I'm glad to hear that.
An absolutely perfect day in Southern California. I want to count how many times I say that to you. Like how many weeks out of the year I say that to you. It is so perfect, so beautiful.
I'd trade you in a heartbeat. We have snow and ice, and it's like 20 degrees, so I'd trade
26 degrees here in Colorado, so I'll trade you the probably 50 degrees warmer that it is where you're at.
Yeah, and then I'll take your 26 because that's better than 20.
Okay,
and then we'll all just trade up.
We've got a nice trade. Brandy, which of ours would you like in trade?
Yeah, which one do you want?
Neither. I pass.
Okay, you hard pass? Oh, wait, Nicole, let's pipe in with the weather in Minnesota. No, wait, Missouri. Where are we at in Missouri? I always think of Windy because he's in Minnesota.
No, 31.
31, that's not bad.
31, okay.
All right, everything's a trade up for me, so I'm good to take whoever wants to give it. Well, welcome both of you to today's Recommendals. This is where we talk about streaming content and recommend them for people at home. Sometimes we blechemental them, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
Or mehemental.
I actually came close to one. I want to talk to you guys later in our private chat about what I came close to doing a mechemental.
Oh, week, really? Okay.
I'm curious. I don't see any reason why you can't. But,
that sounds great.
Bring that up regular.
Whatever you want. All right. Well, let's get to it. Brian, we start with you as a tradition. Today's order will be you, Nicole, me, Randy, and let's start with you. What do you got?
Okay. Well, this is a series. And kind of hard finding a good minute and 10 seconds of this series, straight continuous minute and 10 seconds of this series that is in English, but I found one, and it's a great one because it very much sums up and sets up the show.
All right, here we go. Oh, it's minute 24 even you got. Here's what this
minute
says.
24, but it's a good minute 24.
All right, enjoy.
6 hours ago, we received a message. Coordinates southwest of our course. We believe this message comes from the Prometheus, the ship that went missing a couple of months ago.
Believe. You're not sure the signal comes from lost ship?
We are not. But the communication technology we're using on the ships of this company is rare. It can reach further distances than that on other ships. The coordinates were 7 hours away from us. And there's no other ship from our company traveling this route at the moment.
What else did the message say?
Just that. The location.
They didn't identify themselves as the Prometheus. Nor did they say they were in need of any help.
So we're changing course because of message from unknown sender who did not ask for help.
The Prometheus carried 1,423 passengers. Some of them might still be alive.
After 4 months.
No, Capitan. My brother and I and all these people, we paid good money for this trip. 7 days to get to New York, no detours.
Is this at 1889 or what is it?
1899. A little bit costs a little bit more, 10 cents more than what the
Well, we're living a time of high inflation. I understand.
That's right, exactly. This is a brand new series on Netflix from the people who brought you Dark, which I thought was absolutely excellent and a complete and total mind bender. We have a brand new complete and total mind bender in 1899. The setup is that this steamship in 1899, the Kerberos, carrying a bunch of passengers, receives a signal from another steamship that disappeared 4 months ago, the Prometheus. And despite the protests of many of the European immigrant passengers, on their way to New York, the captain wants to turn around and go help the Prometheus from these coordinates that it's being given. Zero to do with alien people. There's a couple people in the chat room like,
What I thought
this
too.
related to the Prometheus and alien? Nope. This is a ship on water, not a ship in space, and it's a different Prometheus.
So you could have fooled me and said this was in space, and I would have believed you because it sounded like they were talking about space stuff.
Sure. Yeah, there's I could see that actually because it's a ship traveling and you don't know if it's on water or in space.
Yeah.
Here is the big thing I need to tell you about this show, and I'm going to be so good about not spoiling it because holy crap, the less you know going into the show, the better, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody by spoiling it. The characters on this ship all come from different places, from Spain, from Germany, Denmark, blah, blah, blah. And because of that, they're all speaking different languages and they have a hard time communicating with each other. You heard in that clip, you heard 4 of the only English speakers on this ship. So it's great that the captain decided to give his announcement in English because 4 people were able to understand it.
Wow.
So you may be tempted to watch this with dub as opposed to subtitles, dubbing as opposed to English dub as opposed to subtitles. I want to strongly recommend that you don't because there are scenes that take on a whole new meaning when you realize that people talking can't understand each other because they're speaking different languages. And if you watch this with dubbed, everybody's going to be speaking English and it'll kind of lose that nuance. So
Gotcha.
You got to put down the iPad, you got to put down the Steam Deck, you got to put down the phone, you got to read some subtitles. I promise you that it's worth it.
I'm picturing somebody using all 3 of those devices and watching a TV.
I've been there, playing a game and it's like, what's the how do I beat this level? And I have the iPad going with that, and meanwhile we're watching Quantum Leap or Tina watching 911 or something.
Sure.
So get through it. It's 8 episodes. It is beautifully cast. And then once you've finished watching it, because you will binge this thing, you will not want to stop watching it once you start because it's so engrossing. And I don't know how they do it. Every single episode ends with a brilliant reveal. So I've already kind of teased a little bit. It's very Lost similar, but you do get answers sooner than you did with Lost.
Okay.
You don't be frustrated if you don't get some of the answers as quickly as you want. You will get them by the end of the first season, and I'm hoping they do a second season. They set it up beautifully. A little bit of like a Shutter Island Inception kind of thing as well with this. That's got some weirdness and some. If you've seen Dark, you know to expect this. Once again, for the Fletchers, the show's called 1899.
Glad you mentioned that. Yep.
After you've completed all 8 episodes, you're like, oh my God, that was so good. I want you to watch the 50-minute making of, because they use a technology for this that has only ever been used by one other production, and it's something that they kind of had to do because of the pandemic. And I think we're going to see a lot of movies and shows use this new technology that is like that. Like once you see it and then you think back to all the scenes where they use that, you're like, that was freaking amazing.
Really?
So,
okay.
So again, it's one of those things I don't want to tell you what the technology is, because then as you're watching the show, you'll get distracted by that technology.
Okay.
But the making of shows you this thing called what's it called? It's called the volume. And don't Google it. I probably shouldn't have told you the name.
I'm not looking it up.
Just stop talking.
You're so you're so
Exactly.
stoked about that. I haven't seen you this excited about a new thing in a while, so I'm all in.
This because you know how much I love Lost and how much I want something to, instead of being a Lost wannabe, to capture that mystery that Lost had. This was so good. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm in. That sounds great.
And it sounds like this Baron Baodar and Han Friese are going places. It sounds like
they're going places.
They're going to be able to write their own checks going forward.
Totally. And they're a married couple, so what could possibly go wrong there? Or I guess they're just partners, not married. But you get a lot of insight from them about filming the series and the making of, and they are just the coolest couple. The way they like talk to each other and then like steal a kiss between when they think part of the interview is over. They're like, oh, you know.
Oh, that's
really
adorable.
cute.
Yeah.
But such a great mystery to this whole thing, and weird iconography and references to things. It's like, oh, I want to look up what that thing is that they're loosely referencing.
Gotcha. And you really liked Dark too, right?
I really like Dark. Once you figure out what's going on in Dark, and you get one of the main actors, the Traveler, basically. Without, again, if you haven't seen Dark, I'm not going to give anything away. But the Traveler in Dark plays the captain of the Kerberos.
Oh,
and so you'll instantly recognize him. You might recognize Emily Beecham. She was in Into the Badlands on AMC.
I like this Clara Rosarger lady. She's a Danish actress I saw in something. What was it? I don't remember what I saw her in, but she's in this. She's interesting.
She's really good. Yeah, she's a young pregnant Danish woman, and kind of sets up not the first mystery, but the first big action that you see in the show has to do with her.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, you've sold me.
So yeah, $18.99. Trust me. Oh, and it's got a great cover of White Rabbit as the theme song. So I kind of, and again, the theme music and the visuals in the theme start meaning more things as you get through the story. It's got a very Westworld looking opening.
And for the record, this is not a sequel to the 1883, which is also a popular.
Not the Yellowstone.
No.
Right. No, this is
not
a
that
completely standalone. There are no ties to anything else. This is stands on its own.
Sounds awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to Nicole's recommendal. Nicole, any setup here for your clip?
This is a documentary. I've been consumed by mental health lately.
Mm-hmm.
My own, my family's. It's been a rough move, and I saw this come out, and I said, "Wow, I'd like to watch that."
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a really, really good documentary. Mental health is a very personal thing for everyone, but I think anyone that watches this could probably take away some good stuff.
All right.
So
cool.
And it stars an actor. He's the one doing this documentary. It stars an actor that has had a lot of public mental health issues. He even was in a Netflix show that I recommended a while back called Manic that dealt with mental health. So it is near and dear to his heart. And he is so vulnerable in this documentary. It was just an amazing watch. So
All right.
There you go.
Here's the clip.
What's up, Stats? Hi, Jonah. Okay, entertain me. I'm just going to start by acknowledging how odd this endeavor is. A patient making a movie about his therapist. But my life has gotten immeasurably better as a result of working with you. If it worked for me, maybe it will work for other people.
It's a little short. Sorry. So that's Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Right? I always,
And that
that
was his therapist, Stutz. And the
this
documentary is called
Stutz.
Stutz.
Okay. All right.
It's, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I think they filmed it over a course of 2 years. And
so is it him just saying like, hey, what you did for me, let's explain it to other people? Like, is that kind of the essence of it? Okay.
Because I wish you would have played more of the trailer, because Stutz goes into why the type of therapy he does. Because most therapists are, when you go to a therapist, the person will, they will be, when they're ready, they will reveal. And so it's more of a hands-off approach for a lot of therapy. Mm-hmm. And Stutz is like, no, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. I need to help you take the steps, give you tools to frame your world and make the progress you need to feel better. That's his whole purpose, is to get you on the right path.
Yeah, it's a more active approach. This is, by the way, my sister Wendy recommended this to me also, because
I was wondering.
Yeah, because this is her whole thing. Her entire push is a more active role, less passive, less waiting for the patient to arrive at their conclusions, this sort of thing.
And this is a single film or a series?
It's a single documentary. It's like an hour and a half long. And even if I know there's people in the chat room saying, I don't like Jonah Hill. It's okay. You don't have to like him. What you need, I really strongly, especially if you don't like Jonah, I really, really highly recommend, even if you think you're in the perfect mental health, this could help you in just kind of following his tools and just seeing that mindset, and just, it's just really well done.
What if you really like Jonah Hill? I should still watch it, right? If I like Jonah Hill?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
This will make you hate him if you like him.
Okay.
Don't let your hate of Jonah Hill not watch this documentary, because really what this is about is Stutz. Mm-hmm. And he becomes very vulnerable too. Like, and it goes into his backstory and the challenges he's having he has an illness, and it's, I don't know. I want everybody to watch it. I got so much from it. I'll probably watch it again a few more times. I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety, like to the point where I can't sleep, and it's messing with my stomach. And I don't know. It's just helpful. It was helpful. And I don't have time to go to a therapist.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I probably should, but I mean, for now, this is getting me by. So,
yeah, I like Jonah Hill, and I like this idea as a documentary of like turning the camera around and talking to him. It's a very interesting project. It's probably
really interesting,
and I assume it's done in such a way that isn't, exploitative isn't the word I'm looking for, but it's.
Well, they tackle that.
Yeah.
And Jonah, it says to him, why do you think I'm doing this? And Stutz's response is, I don't know. And he's like, maybe it's for you to feel more powerful over me. Like, they address all of that in the documentary. And it just feels honest. It feels raw. It feels what most people need nowadays right now.
Yeah. This is what I wish the Val Kilmer documentary had been. I wish the Val Kilmer documentary had a therapist in it who was, talking about Val.
I agree with that. I think that thing ended up feeling a little navel-gazy to me in a way that didn't need to, and they could have. I mean, even whether you involve a therapist or not, I just think they could have focused a little bit more on this aspect of his life too. Yeah, I think that would have been more interesting. I mean, in this particular case, I think that it is possible to see other people's process and gain really valuable stuff from it. And so,
well, and they
that's what
break
this
it
sounds
down
like.
into his tools.
Mhm.
So they talk about he has a thing called the shadow. He in the very early on, it talks about, I can't remember what he calls it, but it's like the pyramid. Like one thing, if you want to make progress towards feeling better, he outlays it, but it's like your diet, exercise. These are all very simple things. We think, I'll do anything to lose weight except diet and exercise, right? But it's at the core of our mental health. And one of the things that Jonah says is, he has publicly struggled with his weight, and from a very, very early age, and that caused a lot of problems with him and his mom. And he had never been approached that mental health is connected to activity and exercise. Like, your mental health will be better if you exercise. It's always like, no, you exercise to lose weight. No, you can exercise to have better mental health. And that was like a big kind of light bulb for him in his therapy. So it kind of breaks it down by all these different kind of sections of going through the tools that Stutz is presenting. So
It sounds
good.
great.
I loved it.
I'm definitely. I linked, or I added it to my queue when you brought it up in our private Discord, and definitely will be watching it. It seems like something I really like. Is it all in black and white, or is that just the trailer?
It goes in and out.
Okay, just curious. It's
mainly
fine with
black.
me either
It's
way. I was
mainly-
just curious.
Yeah, it's mainly in black and white, and I think that's one of the things about it. Talking when they start kind of breaking down, like, the image of this documentary and why they're doing it, and what's Hollywood, what's real, right?
Yeah.
And so they kind of use that black and white to kind of make that point. And they bring it into color in different parts of it when they're talking about real and, the things that we present to others. So,
well, it sounds
there
like
you
the
go.
super bad star is in a super good documentary. See what
It's
I did
great.
there?
You might tear up a little bit. I'm a very emotional person. I feed off of. I find that I feed off of other people's emotions. That's why I can just cry so easily. And so yeah,
It's because you're
wonderful.
empathic. You're empathic to people and their
I am-
needs, and
Yeah,
You've got more heart than any of us.
That's right.
It's hard. It's hard to live that way. It's
Yeah.
exhausting.
Yeah, it's
So-
tiring. I know a bit of this myself. It sucks. I wish I cared less about everybody. It's like, hey,
I can't.
Screw you guys.
And I take it all in and I carry it with me, and that's part of my process, right?
Sure.
Scott, the worst thing about that wishing you cared less about everybody is looking around and seeing all the sociopaths be so successful.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they're the ones with all the grift money. Well,
And
I'm
all the
doing it wrong.
TikTok followers too.
Yeah, they get all the garbage. All right, here is my pick. So again, that's Stutz on Netflix. Everybody is where
Yes.
you'll find that. Just
And
in case.
Manic, and watch Manic too. It kind of makes me see that series a little differently now too.
I'll bet. And then so Christine, did you hear it?
Shitoutaluck.com.
Okay, good. She heard it. Here is mine. This is a series that is almost done, but I wanted to talk about it because I'm so excited about it. But it's not quite done yet. Don't usually try to do that on here, but I think it's that good. I absolutely love it. We may have brought it up before, but nobody's recommended it. So here's my clip.
Gonna rob a bank tomorrow?
Nah, Burton has something he scrounged up.
Knowing him as I do, that sounds a tad worrisome.
Mm-hmm.
How's he holding up?
You should come by sometime. See for yourself. Might even be moved enough to offer you a beer.
Just the one.
Well, I guess it depends on how generous he's feeling.
How's the charge on that?
Low. Burton never pedals like he oughta.
Those words could end up on his gravestone one day, don't you think?
Definitely. Yeah.
Want some help with it?
All right. That is The Peripheral.
Okay.
And this stars my favorite name in Hollywood, Chloe Grace Ortez Magak, whatever her name is. Chloe Grace Moretz is in this, and it's her starring role in this movie. This is based on a William Gibson novel of the same name, and he is, of course, known for Neuromancer and other works, but his stuff was really good at sort of futurism and figuring out kind of, I don't know, something. He kind of predicted the internet in a lot of weird ways. With some very early works, and this is a lot like that sort of stuff, very kind of Blade Runner ideas. It's a weird mix, though, that ended up really working well for me. You hear those accents, they're all in the Deep South, and she does a really good job with that accent. It sounds very Louisiana. Her and her brother and her mother all live in this like old house out in the country, and the mother has a brain tumor, and they're both just trying to take care of her. They live in the year 2035, and in that year, which is 10 years from now, or more than 10 years from now, there's some interesting technology changes. If you go into the military, for example, you get suited up with a bunch of, they call them haptics, but it's basically hardware that lets you sync with your teammates in these special units so that you become a way more formidable killing machine as a group than you would as individuals. It's kind of hard to explain in the show. The show doesn't even explain it that much. They just sort of imply a lot of stuff, but it's a really interesting concept. But it's this mix of like old country, Southern Gothic, and hardcore cyberpunk, freaking Blade Runner-y futurist stuff.
How much Black Mirror are we talking? Give me a percentage of Black Mirror here.
You know what?
How black is this mirror?
That's a really fair question, and I'm going to say it's high. It's like a 65% to 70% Black Mirror style thing, which is very William Gibson anyway. I mean, Black Mirror probably, you should say how much William Gibson is in Black Mirror is the more appropriate thing. But
Charlie Booker is the British William Gibson. Go ahead.
That's fair to say, actually, I think. And I love Black Mirror, so this fits right into that. If you like Black Mirror, then this is a series you probably really get into. Chloe is really good. I really like her in general. She has huge screen presence, and I just think she's fantastic in it. I don't want to give too much away because there's a ton of stuff. There's a time travel element that isn't actually traveling in time. It's a quantum thing that's based on science, some quantum computing concepts and stuff. And I want Brian to see it so we can have a discussion about the time travel business, because you always
does she go into the quantum realm and fight Kang, or is that something else?
Something very different. Not at all
okay.
that.
Okay.
But I don't want to say much more about it.
I'm intrigued by that already. That's great.
It's really interesting, and it goes a ton of different places. And on the one hand, there's almost like this almost Justified like story happening in the hometown with like the guy who has all the money and the locals and her brother and all this, and there's that whole conflict. And then there's this thing where they're putting on headsets that are bigger than virtual reality, and they do these things called Sims, and they jump to the year 2099, and that's a trip. And there's a ton of world building.
Just before or after my thing. Wow.
Yeah, it is right. I didn't even think about that. It's on Prime, Amazon Prime Video. It's an original, and it's still coming out. There's maybe the final episode just hit, or it's close to getting toward the end. I can't wait for the ending. I hope they keep making it. It's fantastic. It's reviewing really well, and people should see it. It's called The Peripheral, streaming now on Amazon Prime, and is just about over with its first season. Really loved it.
Sweet.
All right,
I'm gonna watch it.
You'll really like it. The Black Mirror quality is there for sure.
That's what turned me off. So when I first came across The Peripheral, the only time I even considered it, what turned me off was it didn't appear to have like showrunners. There weren't like, I wasn't being told from this creator and this, amazing producer. And I dug into it a tiny bit, and it looked like one of those shows that kind of constructed itself. Like it was like really, they were all about the actors. Like I couldn't even figure out like what kind of studio is this out of?
Yeah.
But you've convinced me.
Yeah, I think you'll like it a lot. I think this is just Amazon throwing a lot of money at something, and it's working out.
So I got a quick question since you brought up Black Mirror, and I can't stop thinking about a show that I watched last night. Have any of you recommended Sandman?
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Or
Did I miss
or
that?
Brian
Oh,
did.
do we recommend it, or we've talked about it a lot, but I don't know if any of us recommended it.
Yeah, now that you say it, I don't think we did, but we did, Steven and others, and probably even in this segment. I'm sure
we
brought
also
it up.
haven't for some reason, no one on this show has recommended Rings of Power or House of Dragons yet.
No, I thought Scott did House of Dragons.
I did House of Dragons, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
did I?
I don't think so.
I don't even know
thought
if I
you
did that.
because you talked a lot about the two actresses that play
the different ages, yeah.
The different ages.
I think
really
I
don't
think
that was a proper recommendation.
Yeah, I think I may
might
have
not
just
have been.
talked about it. But yeah, like
Oh,
sometimes things are so big and in our face that we just because everyone's watching it, so we don't really bother. But
I'm finally watching The Sandman, and we watched episode 5 last night. I was like, it felt like a Black Mirror episode. It was so intense, and I'm like, what? I can't go to sleep now.
I need to watch. I still
I need
haven't
a
seen it.
chaser.
I still haven't watched it. It's so stupid. I love the comic.
What?
I love gaming. Yeah, I don't know what's my problem
Oh my
is.
God,
I don't know why
watch
I'm
it.
putting it off. I don't know. I know why. Because
Oh.
I promised Carter I would wait until she got back from Iceland. So
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Yeah.
a good reason.
yeah, she'll get home from Iceland. We'll watch it. There's two things. I can't watch Rings of Power or that until she's home. Everything else is fair game. So
Episode 5 was a doozy for me. So.
wow. All right. Well, enter Sandman. Hey, Randy, tell
okay.
us about your clip. What do you got here?
So there's a newish documentary series on Netflix that seems like it was designed for Scott Johnson.
Oh.
It seems like this is something Scott would always be encouraged to watch. Like Netflix would put it in your face, and then Scott would watch it, and then Scott would recommend it. And when some weeks have gone by and Scott hasn't, I decided, you know what, I'm going to recommend it here on the show. Like that's better than like saying to you privately, you should, like, I don't want to tell you what to do.
Sure.
So
Yeah, do it in public. I like that. Yeah.
so this is a documentary, and it is so right up your alley, and I enjoyed it. So
All
let's
right.
hear the clip.
I'm super intrigued. Here we go.
I'm going to try to tell you as much as I can remember, because it did happen 25 years ago. And because I'm human and I'm flawed, I hope I can remember enough. Once upon a time, Valentine's Day was a very good day for me. 1987, 14 February, I did my first bodybuilding contest. Little did I know that was the beginning of the end.
No idea.
I just I tried to get from the very, very beginning of this thing because I don't want to tell you too much about it. It's a documentary about a woman. You're told up front, this is a woman who's a Marine and a bodybuilder. Her husband was a Marine and a bodybuilder. They are very much in love, but they are very much caustic couple. They have 2 kids. And this is all being recalled for you now in 2022. So most of these people are participating in this documentary, but with one major exception, which is the husband, because he's dead. She killed him, and you know that going in. You know
Okay.
that she killed him, and you're gonna find out through the course of this thing, how that came to transpire, and then there's a pretty big court case and so on. What's remarkable about it all is that there's so much footage for you to see of things that happened in the 1980s and the 1990s, because it's called Killer Sally, because Sally McNeil was a video maker. She made videos of herself. She loved doing that. And then after her husband is killed, she's in an interrogation room where this documentarian has all the footage, everything she said. Kids come in, other people get interviewed. There's so much footage that makes this thing up, and so it's kind of remarkable because you're looking back, you're hearing people talking now about what they remember, and then you're looking back on it with clear video and sound of what went on.
Interesting. It's called Killer Sally is the name?
Killer Sally is the name of this. It's on Netflix. It's 3 parts. I would say, I guess it's maybe a total of 2.5 hours long, something like that. It is really well constructed. You have, for instance, a guy who is in his 30s now, who is her adult son, but was maybe 8 years old when his dad was killed in his living room, and he's witnessed it all. And he is now talking about it. but you also have a little bit of that, contemporaneous footage of this kid. And he is so freaking interesting because ultimately today and back in the day, he's kind of glad she killed his dad. And you're like, whoa, I'm not used to people looking into a camera and saying, that was the best thing that could have happened to us.
She's freaking ripped, dude. My gosh, she was bad.
She is.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
did she? Well, you don't have to tell me, obviously, but I'm now I'm all curious about this. Is a little sick.
Yeah,
maybe,
is that her tank?
Yeah.
Well, they were both Marines, and they lived together in Oceanside, California, for a long time. And so there's all kinds of interesting subjects inside this. There's the world of bodybuilding, which you're gonna hear a lot about, and you're gonna ultimately start asking, were some of these drugs that they're taking involved in what went down? And there's the Marines and how things are when you're in the Marines, when you're a bodybuilder in the Marines, when you get out of the Marines, how things are for you. There's this whole world of amateur videotape that she is into. Like, she's making these PG-13 rated amateur videos of herself wrestling men and sending them out to these creeps on the not on the internet, but via like magazine back page orders and stuff.
Well, she was ahead of her time in that regard. She'd be an OnlyFans hit these days.
Yeah. And then there is the thing that I realized, people need to watch this. There is a prosecutor in San Diego who is just a bad human being. And I don't want to say too much about all the various people in this and whether or not I think they're morally right or wrong or whatnot. But this prosecutor, I am willing to judge from the minute you see him. You're just like, oh, she got a slime ball. She's going to court and being accused of murder and going to jail because she is facing a prosecutor who is just a terrible human being. And it's like, and there's and they have current footage of this guy looking into the camera and saying some terrible things. I don't know why this man would portray himself the way he does, but there you go. It's just riveting. It's very, very entertaining.
Well, it sounds really good. I had queued up my next documentary on Netflix was going to be Pepsi, Where's My Jet?
Yep, which was recommended about 3 weeks ago. Right?
Yeah, and which should I watch first?
Ooh, they're both. I mean, you should probably watch Pepsi, Where's My Jet, because it was recommended to you first.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I'll do it in chronological order. Great idea.
Yeah.
For those that don't know what that is, 20-year-old attempts to win a fighter jet in a Pepsi sweepstakes, set the stage for a Goliath court battle.
Yep, you're gonna really love Killer Sally, Scott. I would say Brian Ibbett might enjoy Killer Sally. I think a lot of people would, but I want to make it really, really clear. This is a documentary about a very, very abusive situation and what makes people into very abusive people. And it touches on their history as children and so forth. It is. I didn't even ask Samantha if she wanted to watch it with me. It's not for everybody. There's a lot of violence toward women, and it really unpacks what happens in court when a woman says, I have been abused, and part of the system tries to tell her, no, you're lying.
Interesting.
It's super, super trigger warning for anybody out there who would be bothered by that sort of subject matter.
Sure. Well, I like a good honest take for that sort of stuff, so I will definitely watch it. All right, well, nice. Look at these recommendations we've made today. Just a litany of quality products available to you, the listener, if you just go subscribe to like 3 or 4 channels, and also go to quicktms.li. And Brian
posted there for all to link to.
That's right. Either of you have anything?
Netflix's today. Look at that.
I know, it's pretty good. You guys have anything you want to do or say about anything you got going on? Nicole, you got anything cool happening you want people to know about or anything?
No.
No, not at all.
Going on. I just no. It's all right.
Wood Whispers, Black Friday, Cyber Monday week deal.
It's Wednesday. It's already done.
It's gone.
Well, congratulations to all the wood everyone got. Nice job.
Yeah, if you want to learn woodworking, come to the woodwhispererguild.com.
Nice. Very nice. Randy?
I am in the process of putting together a 3D print class.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool. Right.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about that for you. That's very cool. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to tell both you and Brian. The Peripheral has a gigantic nod toward the future of what 3D printing is.
Oh, cool.
That's all I'll say about it, but it's actually very like a practical on the ground sort of use case. It's very interesting.
You had me at time travel, Scott. No need to sell me any more on this thing.
3D printing. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. Now there's even more to it.
It's fascinating. All right. Nicely done. Nicole, we'll see you soon. Randy, anything you have going on? I mean,
we're getting ready to sack Supergirl on Film Sack, and then thereafter, we're looking into our Christmas season of stuff. I am not making any promises to people out there, but we are considering a couple of potential watch-alongs. And what I'm looking into kind of deeply is Christmas episodes of things like Doctor Who or The X-Files. We did a Christmas episode of The X-Files a couple years ago, and it was such fun. And there's others. So if you're out there and you know of a Christmas episode of a, let's just say, semi-bad TV show that is streaming for us, let me know. Like, hit us, like tweet at us or get into our Discord. We have a recommendations channel on the Discord.
There's an episode of Love Boat where Doc Bricker tries to bang Santa Claus, so maybe tune in for that one.
Ooh.
Maybe we should watch along on that one.
Damn, that's a strong pick, dude. I like that.
I'm kidding about the. There are many Christmas episodes of Love Boat, but
none of them with Bricker and his. He's such a horn dog. That guy.
He is. Did I not realize that as a kid? Also,
I didn't remember that at all as a kid. And I watched.
How did I watch that show after season 3?
It's insane. It's insane. That guy should have been defrocked, fired from the cruise ship, had his license, his medical doctor license taken away.
No kidding.
He's a perv monster. Anyway, do that for Randy. Randy, we'll see you this weekend. Thank you both for being here. All right. We're about done with the show here. Real quick, got a text from a listener. Thought this was interesting. They didn't leave their name, so I don't know who sent it. Oh, no, they did. No, it's Anon means anonymous. Sorry. That's not a person name. I'm a big dummy.
Her name is Anon.
Yeah, it's Anon. Q Anon. No. Elon, says this person, has turned brands off so much that Twitter would need 1 in 4 active users to subscribe to Twitter Blue just to make up the lost ad revenue. Wow. I don't know why he sent me that, but I thought that was an interesting stat. So a whole bunch of advertisers have left. They don't like what's going on. So they're like, probably don't want to have our products on here. So they took off. Apple being a major one that was paying them probably in the millions, maybe billions a year. And the idea of 1 in 4 active users, that's $8 a month, would have to sign up for Twitter Blue. I don't think you can get that number.
No. No, especially if people leave Twitter, who cares who you are, and seeing that blue check mark. So it's kind of that same thing where it's the self-fulfilling prophecy. The fewer people who are paying attention, the fewer people who care that you are the blue check mark that you say you are, and therefore no reason to buy it.
Right. I agree with you. Like I see that blue check mark now and I go, oh, you paid $8 for that?
I don't know that that's really who you are.
I have no idea. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Like it used to mean that you were verified. At the very least, you were verified.
It used to mean something.
Yeah, but I realize it was poorly implemented always, but at least it meant verification in the end.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't mean jack. So, good luck. Good luck, everybody. Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck. We'll see you over on Counter Social, Mastodon, Hive, or wherever
else the hell you're going to go. Look at this here. If you want to just, instead of paying for Twitter Blue, which is stupid, throw a little money our way. $1 a month even would be really rad over at patreon.com/TMS. We need your help. It may as well be you. We're about to start a new month. Great time to jump on patreon.com/TMS. All the details are there. frogpants.com/TMS for everything else. All right, we're done.
Sometimes it's TMS Blue because we say some things in the pre-show that we don't say on the regular show.
That's right. TMS
instead
Blue.
Of Twitter Blue, support Frogpants or TMS Blue.
TMS Blue. We work blue. We go to Vegas. We do blue things. It's great.
Oh, many blue things. Yes, exactly.
Let's get to a song.
Oh, I haven't talked about that.
Ahead.
By the way, folks, this was in the chat room and on Facebook and I think Discord. But the contract has been signed and sent, and we've gotten official confirmation from the plaza. Our dates are set. We now have a code that you can use to get cheap dates or cheap, I don't know about cheap dates. You're on your own getting those.
Yeah.
But getting room rates. And look, here's the deal with those room rates. They're going to look pretty close to the regular room rates you get off book. Why we need you to use our code is so that we, as a collective as the Tadpool family, we get inexpensive access to the ballroom for board games and a bartender in there that's going to keep me well lubricated with gin and tonics all afternoon long that I still have to pay for, sadly.
Yep.
But yeah, use our room code. Which I think is Stream 4, if I remember correctly. And but go book right now because
and the dates are what, the 26th, 27th,
24th through the 28th, or 24th, 25th, 26th.
Well, we're there that's the week. But what are our two, like, what are the days people will hover around?
3 days, because we have the welcome reception on Monday. We have stuff going on all day Tuesday, and then we have stuff on Wednesday that culminates in the live TMS show at the Sand Dollar.
Gotcha. Okay, so 24th
and then
through the 26th.
People can fly out Thursday. Don't try and fly out Wednesday night after all this.
No.
That's right.
Yeah, so 24th through the 26th, and we'll have info up on the website soon enough.
That's right.
Which is...
Yes, and big thanks to KT Data, who has already offered to take on a lot of the heavy lifting of the Taskmaster game, if we do one. So that I can be in the board game room for longer than 15 minutes playing Why Is My Ship Sinking with Red Fraggle.
Are you doing the Taskmaster thing again? Is that the plan?
I am.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. And I'm hoping to have an idea of what that entails, so that if we need you and some other Frog Pants producers to get there early on Monday, so you can do it, then we'll figure that out. So don't book airline until I'll let you know.
Very nice. All right, well, that's it for the show. We should play a song. Do you have one of those?
Let's play a song. I have a song. After all that setup, I now have a song.
Great.
ANTP performer contestant Nikki Ackermans wrote in and said, "Dear Cover Master Blaster, I'm writing this a few months in advance." She wrote this in October. So I forget about it, and it's a surprise to myself. But on this day, I should be all packed up in NYC and ready to move to a brand new state. I'm leveling up, as it were, and starting a new job as assistant professor in Alabama. Yep. That means I get to start my own lab running mad scientist sheep experiments. It also means I'll officially become a member of the southern faction of the Tadpool. You'll always be New York to us, and giant weird sunglasses. I'm 100% excited for all the new things coming my way and looking forward to my first crawdad boil.
Oh.
Hope I said that right. If it so pleases the cover master, I'd like to request a good cover of Sweet Home Alabama to commemorate this day, or any song that fits the theme. Wish me luck. Signed, Dr. Nikki.
Nice. She's great. We love her.
Yes, I want all good things to happen to Dr. Nikki. I don't care. She's so fantastic. Anyway, she said any cover of Sweet Home Alabama, as long as it's not ska. I've got one for you that's not ska, and this is a fun one. It completely changes it, more like a skiffle song. Here's the band Clumsy Lovers from the very cleverly titled album Under the Covers from 2002, and their cover of Lynyrd Skynyrd's Sweet Home Alabama.
Very nice. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dice Tomato says, meh. On brand, by the way, but I agree with him. Meh, crawdads are overrated. You know what?
You haven't had the right ones. You haven't had the right ones.
The work ratio to the reward, I kind of agree with you. Now, if somebody's already putting a crawfish etouffee together for me, I'm all in. But the amount of meat that you get out of a crawdad tail is not enough for all the work that you have to do.
It is a bunch of work. You're not wrong about that.
Yeah.
But man,
just
if
give
you
me a langostino or a lobster and I'm fine, because there's a better.
You do a proper Southern spread with a huge table, and you do all the corn, the potatoes, everything else in there.
The sausage. Yep.
Yeah, and you roll that out on the table. You are in for the night of your life. It's so good.
Oh, I'll do that day and night, but give me crab legs in there as well, or instead of the crawfish, and shrimp, and I'll sing at your wedding. Basically,
probably why Kim's family does do crab at the same time. It's probably that reason, because it's like, hey, not everybody wants to sit and pick through these crawdads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sickest I ever got was a half cooked crawdad meal that made me the sickest. Oh, I was so sick, dude. Speaking of barfing, which has been a long time for me, but puked all night that night. All right, let's get to title time.
Undercooked crawfish.
And it's Kim's aunt's fault that happened, by the way. Fully blame her.
Blame Kim's aunt.
Yeah.
J Funktastic says, next time you come to New Orleans, I'll teach you how to properly eat crawfish. I mean, I'm sucking the head. I'm pulling off the tail. I'm prying out the meat. Yeah, there's nothing here that can get isolated out and used against me.
No, not at all. But Jay's right.